Tonight in Moorefield, West Virginia, the CPW West Virginia champion puts this title and this title on the line against Hyjinx one more time in a no disqualification match. Hyjinx, I've beaten you in every town we've been in except Moorefield. So tonight, I'm going to take your Bill Bain losing virginity and throw it out the window. Tonight, I guarantee 3 things. Number 1, when I step through the curtain, the divorce rate in Moorefield's going up. Number 2, I'm walking out with this and that. And number 3, she'll have that frown turned upside down when I'm done later. Ain't that right? Huh? Ain't that right? Tonight, Hyjinx, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Fans, I'm standing here in Moorefield, West Virginia. Big night of action we have planned. One of the big matches we have is Hyjinx, who's with me at this time, taking on Bill Bain. He demanded a match against him for the West Virginia title, and also he wanted another chance to get Ginger back. But Bill came back, Hyjinx, and said, I'll do it, but it's got to be a no DQ. So everything was fine, all the contracts were signed. I just got word from Spike Callahan, he added one more clause. This is your last chance to win the West Virginia title. This is your last chance to beat Bain for that title.
My last chance, is it? That's what he's worried about. That's what he's concerned about. He doesn't want me to get another chance because he's worried that he'll lose his precious West Virginia title. You know what, if I were Bill Bain, I'd be worried about other things. You know, he says it's going to be a no DQ match and he can do anything he wants. He can try to end my career. What I don't think he thought about was, I can do anything I want. He gave me the match that I wanted. I want to end his career. Let's go down the list. Let's see. He screwed me out of the West Virginia title. He screwed me out of the chance for the CPW Heavyweight Championship. He screwed me out of my own manager. So I think I got enough reason to want to end his career. So I wouldn't be worried so much about the West Virginia title if I were Bill Bain. I'd be more concerned about maybe leaving the ring with the ability to eat solid foods, or with all my limbs intact, or how I'm going to drive home tonight. So I'll see you in the ring, buddy, with my last chance to win Ginger back and the West Virginia title, and I'm going to leave Bill Bain a bloody mess.
Back here at Moorefield High School in Moorefield, West Virginia, alongside Alex Young. And Alex, this is one of the matches we've been waiting for tonight.
Yeah, we get to see the reigning WWE champion right now once again take on Hyjinx.
Well, this will be their second battle for that CPW West Virginia title. Last time, Bain won the services of Miss Ginger, and we've already seen from their pre-recorded comments, this is going to be one very intense battle.
Yeah, Bill Bain, he has gotten so under Hyjinx's skin that Hyjinx just can't think straight now.
Well, that's entirely possible. I mean, I can't imagine what it must be like to have your valet, your main squeeze, wandering around with your worst enemy as part of a pre-match stipulation.
Well, it was his own idea to put up, actually, I guess it was Bain's idea, but he agreed to put up Ginger for a chance at the title. He should have known better than that.
And there is the West Virginia Championship trophy being held by the West Virginia champion, Bill Bain. And he's going back for Miss Ginger. Miss Ginger does not look pleased at all to be accompanying Bain to the ring.
Oh, what do you mean? She's just so excited she just can't hide it.
Yeah, right. We already saw 3 weeks ago Bain and Ginger not on the same page, which is going to make it a little more difficult for Bain to defend the title tonight.
Well, they've had time to work together a little bit more now. They're getting to understand each other. I think Ginger has learned that what Bain wants of her.
Well, Bain berating our ring announcer Travis Dufour, This is a no disqualification match, Alex, by stipulation of Bill Bain. That's why Bain agreed to put the title up on the line again here tonight.
Yeah, and again, it's just showing how much under the Hyjinx' skin Bain has gotten. Hyjinx is just agreeing to anything now, just for a chance.
Well, this is an important match. It's for the West Virginia title. Hyjinx feels that he should have won that Battle Royal, and he was robbed back in February at Winter Blast during the Bunkhouse Battle Royal. Buddha's your referee. And he's explaining the rules to Hyjinx. Hopefully they already knew the rules. They signed the contract. There's the opening bell, and we're underway here in Moorefield.
Yeah, you can try explaining the rules to Hyjinx, but I just don't think he ever really understands them.
Oh, I think Hyjinx understands just fine. He understands these people in Moorefield are behind him. Oh, and Bain shoving Hyjinx away. And Hyjinx goes right after Bill Bain, and this is exactly what he needs to do, Alex, taking the fight to the champion in this no disqualification contest.
Oh, so now you're fine with using things like closed fist and all that, huh?
It's a no disqualification match, Alex. Of course he'll use anything at his disposal. Both wrestlers will.
Yeah, but it's still, quote unquote, dirty wrestling. Just because it's legal in this one. I mean, come on, you speak out against people doing this all the time.
Well, Hyjinx thus far using good sound wrestling tactics, and there's a forearm and a chop, but it doesn't matter what tactics he uses. What matters is one wrestler is going to leave here tonight as the definitive winner with the title and the girl, and a cravat neck breaker there by Hyjinx. He has the advantage, and Bain quickly heads out to the floor.
Well, Bain doing the smart thing, saying, hey, nope, things aren't going our way, I got to take a break.
And it looks like Bain and Ginger heading towards the back. Bain can still get... No, Hyjinx going after him. He doesn't want to see this match end in a countout either. There's Spike Callahan. I understand... I thought they were finished casting that Miami Vice movie, but apparently not. As Hyjinx works over Bain out on the hardwood floor here at Moorefield High School, home of the Yellow Jackets, and into the post. Working over that arm of Bain, making it difficult for Bain to perform that signature full Nelson slam he likes to use.
Yes, the wonderful Bain tumor. I mean, great move. Can pull it out of anywhere and just totally knock out his opponents with it.
And Hyjinx has Bain down. Drop kick to the back of the neck. Bain once again is going to have to head outside the ring. He has not been able to get it together thus far. Wait a minute. Bain with a shoulder block. Sunset flip takeover. He's got Hyjinx down. Hyjinx rolls through with a drop kick. Bill Bain, the one-man warning, the West Virginia champion, having all sorts of problems with Hyjinx.
Yeah, Bain trying to be a little acrobatic there instead of lying on his car like he should. And Hyjinx is able to take advantage of it.
Well, I wasn't expecting much of the way of high flying here, but there's Hyjinx going up to the top rope. I think Bain is a little bit far away for him to pull off a crossbody. Oh, and Bain shoving Buddha into the ropes and using it to crouch Hyjinx on the top turnbuckle. Down to the floor goes Hyjinx, and now the champion has the advantage.
No, he never really didn't have the advantage. All that stuff beforehand, he was just letting Hyjinx think that he had the advantage.
Well, regardless of whether you're telling the truth or not, Bain working over Hyjinx on the floor, using the closed fists, and now he's setting up for a DDT right on the concrete. No, wait a minute. Vertical suplex. Hyjinx lands on his back on the hardwood floor. There's no pretty blue mats on the floor in CPW. We can't afford them.
Yes, we really need to do something about the budget of CPW, don't we?
Well, anyway, those gymnastic mats are not going to provide a lot of give, but the hardwood floor even less, as Bain goes back to work on the back of Hyjinx. Taking Hyjinx back in, and that's the correct move. He knows he can only win this match inside the ring. This is not Falls Count anywhere. Bain choking away, and referee Buddha can do nothing about it.
Hey, no, if I were Bain, I'd just keep choking until he's unconscious. No, get an easy win.
Well, that would be one way to win the match. Although, as you would tell me, it's not very ethical. Bain instead going for a chop into the ropes and a forearm right to the midsection. Now Bain taunting the crowd. He's going for the cover. He hooks the leg and go! Almost a 3 count right there.
Very, very close there. Now, I think if you've got just a little more weight on Hyjinx' shoulders there, he could have had it.
Maybe if he hadn't paused to preen for the audience, that would have helped too. And Bain yelling at Ginger. He wants Ginger to hit Hyjinx. I don't think she's going to do that, or choke Hyjinx. And Ginger sort of attempting to choke Hyjinx, but not really. And she's just following orders like she's contracted to. And Bain showing her how it's done. Oh, this is despicable. Bain with a kick to the head.
Yeah, Ginger still needs to work on a little bit on her managing skills here. Needs to know exactly what Bain expects of her, but I think that will get better in time. Well,
there might not be time after tonight. In fact, Ginger might end up leaving with Hyjinx and that West Virginia title. Heading neck snap by Bill Bain as he poses for the camera. And I don't know what Bain has in mind. Looks like he's going to go back to work on the back, and he settles in for a chin lock using that knee on the back of Hyjinx.
Taking out the neck is probably one of the best things to do. The neck and the back area, you do that, you can't do any lifting at all.
Well, he's also keeping Hyjinx from hitting that foolproof suplex. Bain with a straight clothesline. This crowd 100% behind Hyjinx. Hyjinx, one of the most popular wrestlers here in Championship Pro Wrestling. Many people feel she should already have the title. And we'll see both these wrestlers this summer as CPW continues on the road. But Bain now, he says it's over. He says he's finishing it right here.
Well, it's just going to be like Babe Ruth when he called for that home run. Here it is. It's all over.
Hyjinx ducked down. Purple Nurple! Purple Nurple! Purple Nurple, Alex!
Of all the moves that should be outlawed, that is one of them.
It's no disqualification. And a clothesline by Hyjinx. And another one. The Prince of Cranks right back in this matchup. Fighting for the West Virginia title. Fighting for Miss Ginger. Whip into the corner by Hyjinx. Comes in. Bain gets the boot up. Hyjinx blocks and goes to the eyes.
And now Bain charges in and, he gets the boot.
Well, Hyjinx following up here off the ropes. No, Bain catches him. Short power bomb. Short power bomb, but Bain really not in a condition to follow up. He needs the ropes to get back to his feet.
Well, after that purple nipple, he's probably going to need several minutes to recover from that. I mean, twisting a man's nipples, that just ain't right.
Well, no, that's one of the deadliest moves in Championship Pro Wrestling. What is Bain going for? He planted something under the ring, and it's a steel chair. Bill Bain getting that steel chair into the ring. There's no rule against it, but this can't be good.
I think it's going to be plenty good. He's going to finally take care of Hyjinx here.
Sets for the DDT. What's a DDT? Hyjinx on that steel chair. Setting up Hyjinx. Hyjinx has Bain up. Hyjinx goes for a Samoan drop. Halfway gets Bain over. Hyjinx now unable to follow up.
Yeah, but both men are down. They've clearly exhausted themselves already, especially in this hot gym here. So now I think whoever gets up first is going to have the advantage.
Well, no air conditioning here at Moorefield High School as both men struggle with their feet and throwing right hands. Buddha just there to count the pinfall or the submission. He's not going to interfere in this matchup unless one wrestler is clearly unable to continue as Bain goes to the eyes. These are the tactics that clearly favor Bain. Reversal by Hyjinx. He wants the foolproof. He's got it. He's got it. Bain is down, but Hyjinx is also down. If he rolls over, he's got the title here.
Yeah, but I just don't think he's too bright enough to roll over. He's probably already spinning in his head.
Well, he's also exhausted. Hyjinx with the cover. There's the count. 1. No! Oh, I thought we had a 3 count right there. Bain just does get the shoulder up. You can see Buddha's hand inches away from making the 3 count.
And now Hyjinx is going for the cheap shot here with the chair.
Well, turnabout is fair play. Wait a minute. Buddha's knocked into Hyjinx. Bill Bain knocks the referee into Hyjinx. And now Bain has that chair.
I have to say that, Bain has made excellent use of the referee tonight.
Well, the dirty tactics. favor the West Virginia champion. Spear by Hyjinx. Down goes Bain. Hyjinx has Bain down, but we don't have a referee.
And, you know, Bain actually hit his head on the steel chair as they were falling back. Bain may be seriously hurt here.
Bain is out. Hyjinx has him covered. Hyjinx would have won the match if Buddha was able to make the count. Hyjinx trying to figure out what to do next. Now he's going to wake up Buddha. I don't think he has much choice as Bain tries to clear the cobwebs. Hyjinx going back up top. I'm not sure this is a good idea. The challenger, missile dropkick. Bain is down again. This could be it right here.
Well, you know, as long as the referee's down, you know, he can knock Bain down all he wants. It doesn't make a difference.
Well, he's got to keep Bain in position. There's that move he calls the last laugh. Cravat neck breaker. And that, wait a minute, Bain's down, Buddha's down. What's Hyjinx gonna do? Hyjinx has that chair. Hyjinx is gonna finish off Bill Bain once and for all.
Well, you know, I think Hyjinx is finally coming to the dark side. Yes, come to the dark side.
Well, wait a minute, hold on. Ginger's stopping him. Ginger says she wants the chair. Ginger, anxious to get her revenge on Bill Bain. Setting up with a steel chair. Bain in perfect position. Buddha's getting to his feet. There is no disqualification. There's no, she can't do it. Ginger, wait a minute! Ginger just kicked Hyjinx in the groin! And he handed the chair to Bill Bain! What's going on here? Bain with the chair! Buddha's up. Buddha makes the count. Ginger just betrayed Hyjinx! And Bill Bain is still the West Virginia champion. These people are shocked, and so am I.
He didn't betray Hyjinx. She's out there in Bill Bain's corner, and she did know what she had to do.
Well, she didn't have to kick Hyjinx in the groin. I'm sure you would agree that's a very painful move. She talked Hyjinx out of using the chair. Ginger won this match for the one-man warning Bill Bain. And I'd like to know why.
Well, I think we may find out here. They seem to be calling for the microphone.
Wait a minute. Ginger's got the mic. Hold on a moment. Wait a minute. Bain's got Hyjinx. This match is over. Hyjinx is down. Bain tumor. Oh, good grief. I can't imagine what Hyjinx is going through here tonight. And there's Ginger.
I've always wanted the name of the champion. And it was clear. At the battle royal for the West Virginia title, Hyjinx, you are never going to be champion. Don't put names to you. You're just going to come out here and be silly. You know what? I'm sick of it. And I'm done with you.
Oh my goodness. She planned this all along. She wanted to manage Bain because Bain had the championship.
Well, it's good to see that Ginger has finally come to her senses and realized the potential in Bill Bain and the lack of potential in Hyjinx.
Well, Bill Bain is leaving here tonight with the West Virginia title and the championship trophy. And Miss Ginger and Hyjinx has...
No, he has nothing.
Fans, I don't know what to say. Bain is the champion, defeating Hyjinx here in Moorefield.
I just want to refresh everybody's memory for a minute. You remember a few months back when I said my man was going to come out on top? Well, he has. Just like I said he would. You remember that accidental elbow? Yeah. And that accidental belt shot? Well, they were accidents. Tell him, Bill.
Hyjinx, once you think you have all the answers, I change all the questions. You thought giving her the chair was the answer tonight? It was the answer. The answer to my problem known as Hyjinx. Ginger, Bill Bain, the West Virginia title. What more can I possibly ask for? And July 15th, New Creek, West Virginia, whoever's in my way, you're getting knocked down by the best looking woman in West Virginia and the best superstar you idiots will ever see. Isn't that right?
That's right.
Let's go.
Fans, we're looking forward to seeing all of you on Saturday night, August the 19th at the Kaiser Fire Hall, Station 1, the corner of Route 220 and Center Street in Kaiser, West Virginia. It's Hot August Night 2006. 7:30 p.m. bell time. What a great lineup we have for you fans in Kaiser. In our main event, the CPW West Virginia title will be on the line. Hyjinx gets one final chance at that West Virginia title held by the one-man warning Bill Bain. Hyjinx putting his career on the line in Kaiser. If Hyjinx does not capture the West Virginia title, he must leave Championship Pro Wrestling forever. Also on this great show, a match for the CPW heavyweight title as the Highwayman Leslie Leatherman defends the CPW belt against the number one contender for that title, Martinsburg's own Mega Wrecker Bob Keller. And in a special face-to-face verbal debate, it'll be 3S Sexy Shane Shadows and Gino Sammartino as they prepare for September's big Sicilian Strap Match 2. Also, for the CPW Tag Team titles, the champions, Slayer and Big Nasty of Damage Incorporated, taking on adorable Danny Whalen and Showtime, Mike Raddick, plus all the top wrestlers of Championship Pro Wrestling, including Brian Big Johnson, Chemo the Samoan, Renegade Richie Stevens, White Trash Johnny Logan, Sergeant Cody McGraw, and all your favorites will be in Kaiser. A portion of the proceeds will go to benefit the Mineral County Special Olympics. And then Saturday afternoon, September the 2nd, 5:30 p.m. bell time, we'll be at Riverbend Park, Falling Waters, West Virginia, for Fan Appreciation Night 2006. All your favorites on the card for this big outdoor show, and tickets are just $5 for guests of Riverbend Park. In our featured bout, it will be a Falls Count Anywhere match as Damage Incorporated takes on the Sin City Syndicate. And for all of our great fans in Paw Paw, we return on Saturday night, September the 16th. It's Unfinished Business and the CPW debut of former WWE, ECW, and New Japan star, the Sensei, Pat Tanaka. He'll be in action along with all your CPW favorites in Paw Paw. And Alex, let's take you back to the concluding moments from Tough All Over on June 10th. Damage Inc. scoring the victory over the team of Too Big, Too Beautiful, retaining the CPW Tag Team titles, when all of a sudden, here comes Jackpot Jimmy Jessup and that mystery man to lay out the Tag Team champions.
Excellent move here. No, get the champions while they're not looking.
Slayer and Big Nasty, three-time Tag Team champions, arguably the most dominant team in CPW history, were completely unprepared for this unprovoked attack by Jackpot Jimmy Jessup and the Masked Man. And then we saw what happened next as the Mystery Man unmasked to reveal Anthony Odyssey going back to his old wrestling name, Deuce Donatelli. Jackpot Jimmy Jessup and Deuce Donatelli serving notice that they want the CPW Tag Team titles.
Yeah, I mean, no one really saw this coming. It was not too long ago that we actually saw Anthony Odyssey versus Jackpot, and now here they are, together as a team.
Fans, what we're going to see coming up between Damage Inc. and this new tag team, the Sin City Syndicate, is intensely personal as they continue their battle over the CPW Tag Team titles.
You know, I came to CPW as T-Time Anthony Odyssey, and damn near undefeated. I only lost to Barbarian, and what did I get? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. You've been in here for months. What have you got? Nothing. That's right. So after this man lost to Cody McGraw, he got on his cell phone and called me and goes, Deuce, I need you back. So that's where I am. That's why I'm here. Deuce is back. we're going to win the tag team titles. And Damage Inc., you're having a match July 22nd against the Sin City Syndicate. And you better beware. Tell them.
That's right. Damage Inc., man, I'm going to tell you. You guys face the Highwaymen. You guys face Shane and the Rocker. You haven't faced Sin City Syndicate. We're the nastiest. We don't care about no rules. We don't care about how good you are. But, you're good. You held the titles how many times? Who cares? But come July 22nd, you're not going to be holding them any longer because they're coming home with us.
Well, Alex Young, what we just saw with Bill Bain and Miss Ginger apparently in cahoots, this is going to have severe repercussions here in Championship Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, I personally saw it coming. Everyone else apparently not. So everyone back in the back right now, they're talking like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do?
Well, right now what we're going to do is we're going to go on to our next match. Here's that young man, Radd. We first saw him a couple months ago up in Kaiser at a CPW event there, and he's not a big fan of the Hyjinx supporters here in Moorefield. But looking forward to seeing Radd in competition here in Moorefield this month.
Yeah, we saw him not too long ago in one of the Proving Ground matches. He impressed the promoters enough to say, hey, we want you to come back. We want to put you in a singles match. And they lined up a great opponent for him in Dr. X.
And here comes the aforementioned Dr. X, a young wrestler out of the EWA promotion in Maryland. He's apparently very well known for his high-flying style, and can't wait to get a look at this youngster. Haven't really there he is. There's Dr. X. I know there was a Dr. X in the 70s who wrestled in the Southwest. I'm pretty sure this isn't the same guy.
You really sure about that?
Quite sure.
That's quite the makeup job on that guy.
Well, he wanted everyone to look at his face. That's the face of Dr. X. Buddha is your referee. It's going to be Dr. X versus Radd here in Moorefield as we try to come to terms with what we've just seen here tonight. And there's the opening bell. Dr. X showing off the gunboats. He's traveled 10,000 miles to wrestle this man.
That's quite the drive. I think that'd be the longest commute of all the CPW wrestlers.
Right you are, Alex. And there's a lockup. Oh, and a nice hip lock takeover by Radd using that size and strength advantage.
So 10,000 miles. That would be, what, Australia, New Zealand, somewhere around there?
Well, he's going to have a lot of frequent flyer miles as Radd comes over, arm drag takeover. And Dr. X, maybe it is the jet lag. He's having his problems figuring out this youngster Radd.
Well, he's outweighed by a fair amount here.
As a lockup again. Oh, this is not good. Radd takes him down. Beautiful body slam. Grabs Dr. X by the hair, looking to make short work of this newcomer. Oh, and cranking away on the headlock.
Yeah, Radd seems to be, well, I was about to say, Radd seems to be making short work of this guy, but then Dr. X, does that. Nice
hip toss takeover, nice arm drag. And Dr. X showing us a little something here. Oh, steps up, jumping round kick to the back, and Radd heading out to the floor. Fans, we got a big Summer of Championship Pro Wrestling action on the way. We got the Summer Shock Tour, then coming up in August. Wait a minute. Dr. X going up to the top. What's he going to do here? He's on the top rope. Flip sent on for the top rope to the floor by Dr. X. I don't believe he just did that.
Neither could I. That was just insane. And here come Jake and the Highwaymen and all them to make sure that they're okay.
Well, there's what are the Highwaymen and Renegade Richie Stevens doing here? They are beating up Dr. X and oh my goodness. They are destroying these two kids who traveled for hours to be in this match.
Or in the case of Dr. X, days.
Letterman's got Dr. X. Oh my God, he's setting him up. He just shot him into the ring post. Dr. X is down.
Just in case we
Oh, that was very nice of Gino to introduce themselves.
Yeah, you know, he could have introduced himself backstage before the show, but instead we have a 4-on-2 beatdown on these two youngsters whose only crime is that they took the ring before the Highwaymen and Renegade Richie were supposed to wrestle tonight.
Actually, technically, I think it's two 2-on-1s.
It's 4-on-2. It's completely... Oh, yeah. Gino's a big fan when his big guys are beating up a couple of little guys. That's great entertainment right there.
I find this quite entertaining.
Into the ring post, these kids had no chance. Jake Davis came straight for them like a blitzing linebacker. And there's Renegade stomping away at Radd. Oh, this is not what these, Gino Sammartino with a, that's not going to be an official 3 count, Gino. I'm sorry. Patrick Lawson trying to get control back here.
And no, he actually got the 5 count there. You don't see that very often anymore.
Yeah, they're big. Wait a minute, there comes Shane Shadows. Shane Shadows headed right for the Renegade. And here comes Switchblade. And here comes Zuboff. We have a Pier 6 brawl going on in Moorefield tonight.
No, these guys have no business out here. They should be back in the locker room where they belong.
They have every bit as much business as the other 4 guys who showed up. It is 4-on-3, and they are fighting outside the ring. They are fighting outside ringside. They're fighting into the crowd.
It is just total chaos and pandemonium. You know, someone needs to get control of the situation.
Yeah, I don't think anybody in management is going to get control here. This is wild. These men hate each other. They are fighting all over the gymnasium in Moorefield. Fans, we're out of time. We'll see you on the next episode of Showdown.